So Chris, we've spoken a lot about the future, the next 3, 4, 5 years. If we look at travel more generally, and then perhaps rail more specifically, what are the key drivers of change that we have to be ready for?
Increasing demands of consumers, moving beyond the business and leisure segment, the fact that people in the future will be communicating and purchasing and buying rail mainly by mobile, which is a huge transformation for travel companies.
Okay, and kind of the challenge, I think, as Amadeus sees it, is about greater personalisation. It's about making the industry more connected. It's also about sustainability. If you were to pick one of those which you felt was kind of closer or a more achievable objective, which one would it be and why?
I think it really is about personalisation. So literally, if you look at many other sectors, whether it's consumer goods, whether it's financial services, the retail sector, it's all about the individual consumer. The travel industry, and particularly the rail sector, really needs to get to grips with how they can tailor their offer specifically to the individual. And that's something they're not doing at the moment.
Okay, and looking perhaps for a moment politically, whether it's regulation or whether it's kind of freedom of opportunity, if we look at Europe, would you say that there's a bigger propensity for startups to prosper in the next 3, 4, 5 years? Do you think there's a kind of greater transparency around energising businesses to invest, to innovate? If you look in London, we have I can never quite get the name right, the Silicon Roundabout, I think, yes, where we're encouraging businesses to pull together and kind of share ideas. And do you see that as something which is sustainable? Is that a real opportunity, or is it kind of a flash in the pan?
I think it's a huge opportunity. I think if you look at the next 3 to 5 years, change will happen in the rail sector because customers and passengers are demanding change. The question for the rail industry, and certainly more of the traditional incumbent state-funded rail operators, is really, do they want to be the leaders of the change that needs to happen, or are they happy to be led by new startups and new entrants, third parties, regulation coming down the line from Europe? For me, that's the central question in rail. Do the existing players want to actually be the facilitators and the catalysts of change, or do they want to follow that change? Because inevitably, change must happen in the European rail sector.
Very good. Final question is, where do you see Amadeus fitting within that? Because we met in Madrid, I think it was a month or 2 ago now, and we were talking about the challenge for us as a business, both commercially and in terms of our communications. Where do you see us fitting into the new world order, as it were?
I think there's a huge opportunity, and particularly because here we are at the Rail Forum, particularly in the rail sector, there's a huge opportunity for Amadeus. The rail sector doesn't have an IATA, for example. There really is no one organisation, one body which is actually helping to actually take a more coordinated, unified approach to the future of the rail industry. So many people that I've spoken to here today are really looking for someone that will perform that function. Many people have said that Amadeus has got a huge opportunity to really be the driver and the catalyst of the big changes that need to happen in the industry. And really that is around integrating systems, delivering information to customers and passengers, and ensuring that the rail industry is truly ready for the revolution of the 21st century rail traveller.
Chris, thanks very much.
Thank you.